And we on?
We're on, baby.
Yoop. Yeah. Yoop. Welcome. I hate doing the welcomes, actually. I'm not a welcome guy.
Let's just go right into it. Huh?
Yeah, let's just...
Don't subscribe and comment. Don't do any of that nonsense.
Yeah, please don't subscribe to our podcast. Or do, because we've been slowly acquiring... I'm sorry, not slowly. We've been rapidly acquiring new fans.
Yeah, and we're good with this amount of fans. We can't get too many.
Yeah.
The idea of like a podcast right when it starts like getting good, they stop because they go, we don't want this.
We don't want the...
notoriety. I want to still be able to go to a grocery store.
That's what I'm saying.
And be a human.
Yeah, you don't want to go around the East Village. You're already the king of the East Village, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be. What are things you do right now in the East Village you might not be able to do? I guess you could still go to Temple.
Do you think it's weird how I still call myself the king of the East Village, even not?
You don't want to ask me that. No, I think that's the greatest.
I'll be with people, like I'll be with a buddy.
Yeah.
And I'll be like king of the East Village.
Do they say anything?
Yeah, someone, and they're like, haha, you know. But I say it enough where people are like even my friend Isabel. I was with her. Some person was like, oh, hey, like, talk to me. It was like a comic, right?
Yeah.
And then as we were walking away, I go, king of the East Village.
And she didn't say anything?
She just heard it so many times.
Well, that's what you're going to have to... Being a nickname guy myself,
yeah,
right? When you really rep yourself, you're almost like you're gonna have to push through, you know, the awkwardness,
right?
When like people are gonna start going like this is kind of annoying what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
you're just like, it's who I am.
Yeah, and then
my name's Tobin, and I'm the king of the East Village. It's the same.
King of the East Village.
I need to get a T-shirt, King of the East Village, and wear it around the East Village.
Well, do you think there's other... Okay, you know what's funny about this? I think other people might challenge you for that.
Yeah, they're going to be like, you think you're the King of the East Village?
Do you know how much coke I did last night?
You know who the hell I am?
Yeah, dude. I think there's going to... Because it's the realm. It depends on what realm you're the King of the East Village in.
Can you imagine waiting in line to get into a bar and you have a King of the East Village T-shirt on? Like, you should be able to cut line if you're actually the King of the East Village.
Oh, yeah, that's embarrassing. You're like waiting online.
Yeah. Like your card won't go through at a restaurant and you got the King of the East Village T-shirt on.
Yeah. You're like, so I'm assuming this coffee's mine. They're like, no, you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I am the king of the East Village.
Yeah.
Maybe no one is calling themselves that.
They're like, it's cash only, and you're like, I don't have any cash. And you're like, I'm good. You know I'm good for it. I'll be back. You know who I'm the king of the East Village. You'll get paid.
I think there's probably kings of the West Village. I think there's probably people. I think you might be. I think you should probably put a shirt on. And we should, fuck, here we go. We've got a new task now.
Dude,
you
gave me an idea. Go ahead, but you gave
me. Maybe for those sketches? Well, you should go around with the T-shirt on.
Well, you said there might be a King of the West Village and stuff. Yeah. I need to nominate the kings of the different neighborhoods, and we'll do, like, meetings, like King Arthur's Court. But it's the king of the neighborhoods. King of Midtown.
Right, king like gangs in New York.
Yeah, king of the Upper East Side, king of the Upper West Side. King of Fi-Di.
King of Midtown.
And I give them their T-shirts. I go, you've been nominated,
yeah.
King. People are going to be coming after you for that.
Yeah, who do you think? You could actually do this pretty easy. You know a couple guys. I mean...
I might hit up some, high net worth individuals.
I was thinking you could get Bramante.
No, I'm talking like a Chappelle type guy. Hit up someone big like that and be like, I've digested the people who live in your neighborhood. I think
Yeah.
you're the tippity top. I'm the king of the East Village, and I'm nominating you
Yeah,
the king of the West Village.
Yeah. And we're holding meetings
Yeah.
at church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a church-going individual? Because that's requisite for being the king. But I like what you're saying is get another idiot like me.
Yeah, you could. Well, you could get a couple more idiots. You could give me a tease, and you could do like a King Arthur's Court or something.
King of Astoria.
Right.
Dude, you wearing a King of Astoria t-shirt?
Well,
dude, having two guys watching two guys walk down the street and they both have t-shirts on. One says King of the East Village and one says King of Astoria.
What do you think makes you... Are you coming at it from a comedy angle? Because I feel like you're coming at it from multiple like you're tall, you're easy to spot, you walk around a lot down here, you're a temple guy. People see you in the park, they probably see you writing periodically. You built a rep, you're a community guy. I'm one of these guys. I like to get into the community and push my name out there a little bit.
Right.
Hand out flyers.
I'd say I think the King of the East. Part of the reason I'm the King of the East Village is the record. A serious take on why I'm the King of the East Village.
I didn't want to make you start laughing. I broke, but I was so excited to hear your very honest lead-in. My deception had worked to a T. You had completely got your meat hook in there, and you were about to break into...
Here's why I'm the King of the East Village, in all honesty.
Yeah, let me be serious.
You kind of nailed it on the head. The recognizability.
Right.
Not that I'm definitely not the most famous. Shaun White's in the neighborhood. There's a bunch of like big people in the neighborhood.
Shaun White.
You don't know about this?
No.
Bro, there was one day.
Wow. But he's like the jester of these. He's not a king, right?
Well, that's the thing. He's like a visitor. He's not really, he lives in the neighborhood, but he's not here all year, right?
Yeah.
I'd say out of anyone in the East Village, other than maybe homeless people,
right,
I'm the person that I would assume most people are like, I always see that guy around.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know who he is, but he's very...
It sort of mirrors the homeless guy that way.
Yes.
Never
talked to this guy, but he's always around. I recognize him. He's always doing X, Y, Z.
Yes.
But Shaun White, there was one day where me and my buddy Charlie were walking around, and we were in the park.
God, I never heard. Yeah.
Shaun White was with his wife or girlfriend or whatever, throwing a ball to his dog, and we're like, "That's Shaun White." So we kind of lingered around. We put up our hoods and lingered around. And then
and then he called the police.
Followed him. He left the park, and we started trailing him from like a block away. We're like, we got to know where he lives.
Yeah.
And as we were following him, guess who we run into? A$AP Rocky.
Whoa.
He was doing like a music video outside CMB or something like that. He was filming something.
Now, that guy does not live in East Village, no? I think he's the king of the heart, because A$AP, I think, was he was because he has that song, One Train, very famous song.
Oh,
I think he was a West Side guy.
West Side guy,
yeah. I think so, yeah. King of the
king of the One Train. So so you ran into him, but we keep walking because we want to follow. So we followed from a distance Shaun White and his girlfriend or wife, and their dog, probably 4 or 5 blocks, and saw what apartment he went into. So I know what apartment building he's in, and he threw on his hood a block away from his apartment to try to mask people knowing which apartment he was in. That's a level of fame where you start doing that move.
That's cool. Have you done that? Tried that done that alone by yourself since?
As the king of the East Village?
Yeah.
A block away, throwing up a hood so that no one sees me come into this building. I'm with a buddy. I'm like, we got to do a lap.
Yeah.
To lose some people. People
That's
follow me.
genius, dude. Do a lap with me. And it's like, come on, dude. No one really knows.
Did you see that guy back there? I think he's been following us.
But sometimes it's nice to do that because it gives you the feeling like you're the man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll throw my hood up when I'm leaving somewhere, the gym. Like, don't look at me. All right?
Do you wear this hat at the gym?
I used to, but it got it all fucked up.
Because the hat, gym, hat, plain black hat, like this, anywhere, is such a movie star move.
Game changer. Game changer. I wore it to that first acting class I went to.
Did you?
Yeah.
And everyone else has their hats on. They're like, fuck. Everyone else is doing the hat move. The DiCaprio hat move.
Right, low hat, jean jacket.
Yeah. Did you had your
to
first,
the side.
You had your first thing.
Yeah.
How was it? Great, huh?
Wild, dude. It's getting wild fast, dude. In the best way.
So Hardy's
in the best way.
Enrolled into a acting class.
I'm enrolled at the Lee Strasberg Institute, Union Square, and L.A. as well. Famous, very famous acting school. And I'm part-time and met some other part-time people, but I'm mixed in with full-time people. It's a school, dude. It's a school.
How many
Tobin wrote me a recommendation, which was very nice of you.
AI.
Can I tell them? Or you told them.
Yeah.
He chat GPT'd it, which is so great. That was hilarious. I was like, because you got back to me so fast. I was like, this is great.
Well, I started writing. Hardy need recommendations to get into this school. I guess it was just anyone too. Because who am I?
Oh, well, no. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Tobin Miller.
Well, because of this,
yeah,
we have a working relationship and stand-up that's long-standing.
Right.
That you actually can speak to.
Right.
My commitment, albeit late.
He's going to be... I threw that out. He is late.
Oh, could you imagine if you wrote that?
P.S. I assume most of these actors are going to be late too, so it's probably not an issue. But he is late from time to time. They go, thank you for... They call me. They go, we just want to clarify what this late deal is, because we're kind of on the fence. His other Rex also acknowledged his tardiness.
Yeah, and then we watched the thing he sent us, and that was about how late he is.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, could you imagine the pettiness of in a recommendation throwing a slight jab?
You call me, you're like, what's up with this late? I go, I've told you 1,000 times to not be.
Now it's my time to exact my revenge.
You go, it's in draft form. If you want to come on time next time, maybe I'll remove it.
Oh my god, dude!
But I chat GPT'd the
impressive
the letter
too,
of rec. Yeah,
I did not know that until you told me that. I just read it and I was like, oh, this is standard, but also kind of nice. Like at a couple points, you were like, it was actually a little set. Like I was like, oh, Miller didn't think these things about me. There was like 1 or 2 points where it was like, he has an extremely good work ethic, like completely reliable and all professional, and has a great passion. And I was like, wow, I guess, I would think Miller might think that. And then I'm like, dude, it's all...
like he brings up everyone around him that he works with. He has an ability to inspire the people around him. I was like, chat GPT.
This is good, dude. And then I read Pomeroy's, and I was like, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah. You guy could have chat GPT'd his.
Yeah, you're in this. So when was the first class?
So the first class was last Tuesday. Tuesday night and Wednesday night. I have class.
2 nights a week.
Yeah, 6 to 10.
Wow, 4
Real
hours.
deal classes, man. I was also kind of a little bit like, oh, I guess we'll kind of, do some voice exercises, and I don't know. I didn't even know what I thought.
Yeah.
And then already I've got 3 plays I've had to read. I'm doing like 3 unbelievably dramatic scenes. I have to fucking
This is crazy.
Crazy, dude. In front of a whole class, I have to pretend like I fucked a goat in this one play. I'm like a guy who was in the Beastie, famous Broadway play. Dude! Miller, right away, dude. I'm like, yo, dude. Y'alls are wildin', dude. I gotta drop out. This is unbelievable.
Just want to make sure I'm reading this correctly. So I'm the bestiality guy.
Bro, the teacher goes, he goes, yeah, maybe you should save that one for later in the semester. Because he knew.
You don't know me.
Yeah, hey, don't you put that on my plate.
You go up to Steve, you go up to your buddy, like, Steve, you want to switch roles? I got this juicy bestiality scene that I got to do.
Bro, listen to this. My scene partner, we've already started rehearsing.
The bestiality guy?
Yes.
Is he also in bestiality?
No, that's a girl. It's a
He's
woman.
the goat. She's the goat?
Yeah, she's the goat.
Hey, what do you say we do sex? We got to get into character here.
Yeah. No, she wants to get into character, so we're going to the Central Park petting zoo.
Wow.
So I can, meet a goat and have some sensory imagination to go off of when this goes down.
This, God.
Right, dude?
This is so great.
Nuts.
This is so great.
Nuts. And everyone's so great. Like, they're all so into it. All the, plays. Everyone's so fucking excited. They're all
So you're going to put on a play, or, are you just doing a scene in a play? Does this go, is your whole class
Yeah.
learning scenes? Or is
That's
it
what it's, yes.
this is a good scene to learn acting?
That's what it's, yes.
We're going to do the one scene. We're not going to do the full play. But we're going to do the scene.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Exactly. We'll do the scene, but you got to read the full play
Right, yeah.
so you know, what's up. And everyone will work on, they kind of pair up. That was another thing. I was like, fuck, I don't know who I'm going to be partners with.
Right.
And you got to, believe it or not, this is crazy. But one of the teachers I selected, she came to my law school in 2012 and taught a class, a 2-week seminar, to lawyers on how to act in the courtroom.
That's pretty good, huh?
Right? How to give closing arguments, really be careful.
It's presentational, right? Yeah.
It's all that. And so I did this is the story, I did the Rodney King closing argument. I did the guy was like, we have video, this is the most tangible evidence you can have is videotape, and he's giving the closing argument, Rodney King. And after she was like, what, are you going to be a litigator,
This is in law school.
This is all the way back 10 years ago in law school.
So you knew so you did that 2-week seminar.
Yes.
Wow.
And I did this Rodney King speech. I had a girlfriend at the time, but I was in my head. I hadn't started stand-up. I hadn't done anything. I wasn't sober. This was way old Matt. Drug, alcohol. I was just, and she came, I did the closing argument, and she told me, she said offhand, she was like, are you going to be a litigator? By the way, she goes, you're going to be a litigator. I go, no, I don't know. No.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, if you're not, going to do that, it don't work out. You can be an actor.
Really?
She goes, you can come take my class, audit my class. And it resonated with me because, when she said it, I could kind of tell she was, being real. No one had ever said anything like that to me, really like that, from that world.
Right.
She an acting. She was a real acting teacher.
You're like, listen, I was coked up during that Rodney King speech that I did. That's not me.
Listen, you have no idea how fucking I was I was drink. Those were crazy days, dude.
Had you had any inkling that you would want to be an actor back then, or no? Was that the first kind of?
I only had. I don't know how this was for you, because it's a great question. I had admiration.
Right.
I had unbelievable. Like, I was like, this is the coolest thing that exists. Stand up and people in movies.
Yeah.
Those were, but they sort of existed as something that I wasn't a part of. I don't even know if I had really, I used to write jokes in my phone. I don't know if you did this. And I was very creative. I would always like make the itineraries for our lake house. And I would perform at our lake houses sometimes with my other friends.
Yeah.
It was like fuck around and like do bits. And even at the frat, I was doing all kinds of crazy, but I was never like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be an actor.
Right.
I was jealous of people. It was like one of those things. It was just pushed down. It was
right.
Yeah.
It's like basketball. It's like basketball player. I'm not gonna be a basketball.
Yeah.
player.
I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Yeah.
I'm halfway, dude. I don't know how you were back then. All I fucking cared about was having the best time.
Yeah.
I was that guy. Like, I went abroad to Barcelona for 8 months with all my best friends and partied for like 5 months straight. I never went to class in college. I lived in Animal House. No joke. We made rap tracks. We made a rap group in college. You know how much fun you have to be having to think you're cool enough to make a rap group? You know how much coke and how much just excitement has to sort of be around to go, hey, turn on that mic.
Right.
Does anyone have audio equipment? None of us are musical.
We're going to Target. We're getting mics. Steve, shut the hell up. We're going to Target.
Steve, and like only 2 of us were willing to rap. We had to rope in the third guy. Yeah. Everyone's standing around and we're like, come on, Rick, maybe you could do it.
Yeah.
He's
like, I don't know. And then you're like, just do the drugs and you'll want to do it. Do the drugs and start saying whatever comes to mind.
Yo, that's anyway. And by the way, greatest thing ever. I went back to Westport during the summers in college, and I would get high in a minivan with some of my high school friends. I remember this specifically, Luke Rofay. Shout outs, Luke. We would get high, and then without skipping a beat, he'd look right at me and he'd press play and turn it up, and it would be me. And it was like our tracks.
Really?
He was bumping them. So this is how I was fucking living, dude. Anyway, I didn't really think it. She said that, but I didn't go do that. I didn't go audit her class.
Right.
And this is what I wrote my personal statement on to the school, because you had to write one. I was like, hey, I've always had this in the back of my mind because of this class she took, or I took and she taught. And then when I was really much younger, this is like my real origin story. I don't know if this ever happened to you. I got bullied violently. I got bullied hard growing up. Uh-huh. And it sucked. And we went on a field trip.
Like wedgies and shit, or no?
Wedgies, push down, neck, like grabbing my neck, stealing my money. Yeah. I had a guy, he would come up to me every day, and he would be like, yo, dude, he would bully me and then tell me that he was teaching me how to not be bullied.
Like, how old was this?
You know what I'm saying? I was in middle school. I was young in middle school.
He steals your wallet. He's like, you shouldn't have your wallet out.
He'd be like, give me your fucking wallet. And he would grab, and I'll be like, come on, Jesse. His name was Jesse. I'll be like, come on. He'd be like, give me your milk. And then I'll give it to him, and he'd be like, don't give me your milk.
Right.
You can't let bullies do that to you. I was like, you're my bully, bro.
And he's like, yeah, I'm training you.
Yeah, I'm training you.
I actually don't hate this guy. He's teaching lessons. Dude, I had a I didn't
This guy's
after
lessons.
After in high school, we had these thing called afternoon commitments where we had to do a chore. So like all the kids would do things to keep the school in order. So my afternoon commitment outside of the school store where everyone would get candy and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I had to after school I had to vacuum the hallway outside of the school store. And everyone would like all the seniors and stuff would unplug the vacuum as they walked by. And they'd be like, ah, you loser. And I'd have to replug it, and then I'd start vacuuming for 2 seconds, and another dude would unplug it. I'm like, dude, they just did it. I've already gotten unplugged. Will Danforth, if I ever see that guy,
you're here to fucking kill him.
Demand an apology.
Did you get bullied good though? Like, cause that sucks. Was that like, cause mine became like psychological as a problem. I could not, it was a thing. Like people were like, you got to stop caring. And like, I was like, dude, I couldn't figure it out. Like I was like, this is brutal.
There was this Will Danforth guy who's soccer tryouts, day one of school. Everyone had to play a sport. Day one of school, we're like sitting there putting on our cleats.
Yeah.
And he goes, did you just look at my dick? Oh, no. In front of everyone? And I'm like, dude, I've never met any of these people. He goes, did you just look at my dick? And I go, what? He goes, dude, guys, this kid just looked at my dick. And I was like, dude, what? Oh,
my God. Dude.
And I didn't even like, I'm shy.
Yeah.
I don't even think I said anything. I was like.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Was it? But that's the worst, man. That shit was the worst.
It's like that
dude.
type of bullying. I didn't get like physically. I got like Skittles thrown at me and stuff like, but nothing crazy. That's fine.
Yeah. I
was thinking about writing. I have like an outline for a script about like a boarding school. It's like any other boarding school.
I would love to write something about bullying because all
the bullying stuff. Will Danforth telling me, look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just little scenes like that are fun to watch, and in a movie, it's like a good scene.
yeah.
A kid on the soccer field going, "Did you just look at my dick?"
And it was just so and I would cry. I would go like it sucked. Like I would go home and just like,
oh, I cry. Yeah,
I don't know what to do. And then like I shit my pants on this ski trip. Dude, this was the worst, dude. Yeah.
You shit your pants?
I shit my pants a couple times. It was tough. Like, I was not. My stomach was kind of bad. You know me. I was like, shit. I kind of shit myself. Oh, no. Like, what happened was my mom would take me on these ski trips, and then I guess I couldn't make it to the bathroom, and then.
How old?
I think I was like. What's middle school again?
I don't know, like 12?
Yeah, 10,
12, 13.
10, maybe 10, 11. Yeah, you're like maybe like 15, 16. Maybe like 10, 11, I think.
Like 14 is 8th grade, right? Because
it wasn't like that.
You graduated 18. And
I'm super young. I graduated, I was 16.
High school?
Yeah.
You graduated high school at 16?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God. Yeah.
You graduated college at 20?
Yeah, because I was, I was 21 my senior year. So maybe I was 17. I was 17 when I graduated high school, right? I was born in 85.
Yeah.
I guess that's not going to help. I'm going to be so bad at this math, dude. I can't figure it out. Because I couldn't drive. All I remember is I was 16. I couldn't drive till my senior year. Everyone else
graduated
could drive.
when you were 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone else could drive, but like, right, I couldn't legally, and that was the thing about Michigan, I couldn't go to the bars till like late, like actually legally till like late my senior year.
You had a fake ID, right?
Oh, yeah. But I wrote about for this personal essay how I was getting bullied on this school trip. We went on a field trip. And then they did this thing called Thursday Night Live, which is how it sounds. It was Saturday Night Live, but it was like kind of like fun sketches and like acting stuff. And he did it in front of the school. And they made me this shampoo salesman. And then we got shipwrecked in the the scene.
Yeah.
And we're all like cast afloat on the beach, and they're all like spitting up water, and I'm like, hey, do you want any shampoo to wash that down? Huge laugh. And I always, and then I felt so great. Everyone, like, this chick came up, this girl I kind of liked, Heather, she came up to me, she was like, great job, you know, on the line. I was like, oh man. And then I wrote an essay about it that I still have to this day.
Yeah.
Where I was like, you should try new things, because like it may turn, I was getting bulleted, it may turn you around, you may change your perspective on things.
Did you throw that in your application to the school?
Yep. Tossed it into my my personal essay I really worked on. So yeah, so
where do I start? An application essay starting, where do I start?
Where do I begin? So I took her class. So
yeah,
I showed up in her class, and she remembered me and was like, what's going on? Like, you know, this is so crazy. And then everyone clapped for me, or they cheered for me when
at the school.
Yeah, this class, when she told them the story. She was like, Matt is a lawyer who I taught at his law school years ago, and when I told him then, I said to him, hey, if you know it doesn't work out being a lawyer, you can come take my class. And she goes, and here he is. And everyone was like, yeah.
You look at are there any hot chicks in your class?
Everyone's hot.
Really?
Almost. Bro.
Almost.
It's crazy. But I think
what's the ratio?
It's just a lot of young, good-looking, like, international students. It's with NYU, too.
Would you say you're are you the oldest?
Oh, I'm pretty old, man. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I went out with them on Tuesday night. We went out after class, and I was out with these guys. And some of them are my
age. A bar or something like that?
Yeah, Danny's or something. Near Union Square till like 12:31 in the morning. Everyone's asking me about stand-up. You know, they're like, how do you do this? You know, this, you know, we're all hanging. Real hoot, dude.
This is great.
Talking about flicks. You know, I'm pontificating as I like to.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already talking about.
You're like, have you seen Rest of Your Life? I don't know if you saw me in the rest of your life, but it's probably the best role I've been in.
Yeah, I kind of embarrassed a little bit to bring up. Like, yeah, I've done like a couple things, because they're teaching a real method there, dude. It's called the method. Like, they're teaching a thing that I am not versed in. Like, I'll learn it, but like I'm not versed in it.
What?
You know, so it's kind of a
next week you got bringing a goat.
Oh my god, dude! These scenes,
just be in character. What's it called? Method acting?
Yes, that's what it is.
This is like where you are the person.
Yes.
So in class,
yes,
are you going to be a goat? You're going to be a bestiality guy throughout the whole class.
I have to be a guy that fucks this goat. I guess what I'll probably do is,
like at the bar, were you like?
I've already started doing it.
You were looking at goat pics at the bar, and they're like, "What are you doing, Matt?" And you're like, "What?"
I've already started doing this. Is in the play, the guy goes to like kind of a therapy session. So it's a little bit like an AA thing.
Yeah.
So I'm already mapping it onto that a little bit.
Dude, are you going to
I've already started using that kind of emotional palette to be like, this is like something that I have to kind of recover from, but that's there, but I'm ashamed about it, but it's also who I am.
Are you going to go to an AA meeting and confess that you fucked a goat to try to really get in character? Dude, if you go to an AA meeting in New York City and be like, yeah, I need to stop drinking because I've been fucking goats. That would be all time. Dude, have a buddy go with you and kind of like film it behind the scenes. Like, don't, so they can't see it. That would be great footage.
Yeah, it would be fucking all time. But that's the.
Are you gonna watch goat porn? You kind of got. You kind of got to watch goat porn to get in. You got to figure out what it's like. You don't have to necessarily do it, but
No, I'm not doing it.
That's the least you could do.
Right. Maybe I'll watch a video.
A little bestiality.
Maybe I'll watch a video.
You show up to class the next day, just white face. You're like, what's wrong, Matt? And you're like, I don't know if I like this method.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was watching goat porn last night.
Yeah, I don't know if I can fucking. I don't know if I can do this, dude. But what was I gonna say about the? Yeah, we went and all got. Yeah, it was like one of those fun nights where you're like meeting people and you go get. You meet all these people and you go get. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So, dude, first of all, it's so fun because like you'll love this because we were talking about this the one day. You're encouraged to like be like, fuck, my coffee tasted like shit. Like you're just supposed to make like vocalize and get it out.
Right.
And people are going around when class starts.
No.
And it took me a second to be like, all right, I gotta look. Come on, Matt. This isn't. You can't be in your head here.
Ooh, you do the Johnny Drama. You do the Johnny Drama, and someone's like, "That's a Johnny Drama. You can't take Johnny Drama's move."
Yeah, you can't take Johnny
Dude,
Drama's
it's like Whiplash, but acting.
Yes.
Bunch of people right in the Whiplash opening scene. Everyone's like doing the little.
Bro, brilliant. And the guys aren't that intense, but the one guy came in and he was kind of like, he sat right down. He was like, I'm going to talk a little more today, but let's take our seats. We'll get to acting fast, And he was like, all right, I want to know who you are in 30 seconds, all right? Boom. And I was like, oh, man, all right, here we go. And then
this is wild, dude.
Yeah, dude, and they're, it's fun, man, right away, dude. This is what I want to say. I did this exercise. It was at the end of the class. I was like, all right, class is up. And she goes, there's like 15 needs. It's like to entice someone, to entertain someone, to destroy someone, to humiliate someone, to congratulate. There are all these like actions. Yeah. So she sends you up there, 2 people, goes, pick your own need and go. And you can't speak. And you have to act out your need in front of the class with this partner. No, the first guy was seduced, and he was like, right away, No. And I swear, dude.
Like really intense?
Yeah, dude. And I was like, God, I got to get out of my skin. Of
course the first guy he goes up there, he goes, sex. Starts gyrating. And everyone said, all the other guys are like, I was going to do sex. Fuck.
I was going to immediately do sex.
I was going to do sex. Shit.
I was going to do, I don't know, dude. It's just a lot of fun, man. They're fucking awesome. It's so awesome. I picked to entertain or to amuse. Yeah. And of course, they didn't even really know. I was like kind of doing my act a little bit because I did.
Did you do bass?
I was quiet and I was just amusing her. So I like pretended my phone was my shoe was a phone. I took it off slowly and dialed. Yeah. And then she kind of started laughing, and I was like being very physically silly.
Are you getting laughs?
Yeah, I was getting some laughs.
Were other people getting laughs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, people were getting laughs because it's so silly.
You immediately start miming,
dude. That's like what, and you know what I did.
Guy goes mime. She goes, you're kicked out. You do.
Yes.
You did that?
I did the big laugh.
Really?
I was like, okay, I got to think about.
Now, do you find this to be cheating a little bit?
I was like, yo, man, can't believe I even did that. Yeah, that was a little bit.
After class, you go to the teacher, you go, I'm sorry, but I did cheat a little bit. I was doing my act. She's like, get the fuck out.
Well, now she knows, and she's like, I'm just going to tell you to do stand-up at some point. I'm like, oh, that's going to be buzz.
During class?
Yeah. Miller, you know me too. What am I? I'm going to be bass. They're going to be like, I'm going to be basing into a new world.
Out of anyone's act, though, yours would work the best in an acting class. right?
Yeah, because it's an
Because
act.
it is act. Yes, it is acting.
Yes, yeah.
If it was some little
yeah.
one-liner like Mark Norman, everyone would be like, all right, this is just regular stand-up. Because that's what they're going to be expecting.
Oh, they're going to be expecting it, all right. That's going to be crazy, dude. Yeah.
And you got to start with...
It was just...
Well, you don't have a... They're not going to have a mic or a stand.
No.
Right? So you got to start
Thank you.
jacket.
Yeah, I'm going to
That's where you have to start. You got to go jacket move first.
That's right. I got to go jacket, pockets, you know.
And then they're going to be like, this guy might actually be nervous to do it in front of us.
Well, that's what's going to be really funny.
It might destroy.
It may click
really
in.
Bleeds like...
They're going to be
it's a beautiful setup.
It's so meta, though. I mean, it's like 7 layers deep.
But that's what they that's what they like.
Yeah. No. It's going to be fun,
it's gonna be
dude.
great,
and they're going to try to come to a show. That's another thing that's great. You're like...
Yeah.
I also have that. I also have the classes. That other class this week.
What class?
The New York Comedy Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When is that? Tomorrow? Who else?
Wednesday,
is in that?
Thursday, Friday. I don't know.
This is what you have a class Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
What time?
Noon to 3.
Hold on. During the week?
Yeah.
Is it 1 week?
Yeah.
It's just 3 days.
Yeah. It's just like an intensive. Yeah.
So when are you working?
I'm not right now. I need to get back. Project must come soon.
How long is this acting class?
That's a semester. It's like till April.
It's like
till
4
early
months
April. Yeah. And I get a grade.
So you really...
Dude, this school, like, people walk around with their book. You know, it's a school. It's it's a school.
You want to know what you got to watch?
It's awesome. Yeah.
You got to watch Dave Chappelle's... It's on Netflix.
His new special?
I think it's called, like, What's in a Name or something. No, it's like it's a address. He addressed the DC... his high schools.
Oh, really?
It's really good because he talks about creativity, like all this. Wow. You got to watch it. He talks about walking into the school and everyone was doing their thing. Yeah. He's like, this was a bunch of weirdos, but it was great, like because everyone like was trying to hone their craft.
It's
all that
the
stuff.
best. You know what? And you know what it reminds you of? You just made me think like in some ways like coming up with stand up. Not because it's not just stand-up. It could be anything. But my writing, too, because I've been writing and filmmaking. The first 5, 6, 7 years, they sort of felt a little bit like high school and then like a little bit of college. Yeah. And now this feels a little bit like grad school. It feels a little bit like law school. Like college, yes, certain people were working hard, certain people weren't. But then you went to law school, and it was like, oh, everyone's just focused. A nerd. But in a cool, fun way. They're all weirdos. They all have a thing they love. They're all reading everything and breaking it down. And they're all like, no one's like not like really in it.
Right.
You know, which is like probably what a comedy club feels more like a grad. It's more like people that have been selected and are now better of the better. Yeah. And they're doing more of a grad school kind of thing. Dude,
you're going to have to wake, if you're working, and then you have this class from 6 to 10.
Oh, it's going to be...
You're going to have to wake up early to get...
Yeah, it's going to be cooking...
When you start working again.
Yeah, I'm going to be going in at 9, 10, or overloading on other days. Yeah. Which I could do, too. You know, I could work, like, maybe Saturday or more on. But no...
The day that Hardy becomes a wake up at 7:30
Oh, guy, dude, it's already slowly... I was telling you this. I slowly have been doing this.
But do you enjoy it, or is it painful?
No, I enjoy it now. My entire life it's been painful. And still, there are days where I will sleep the fuck in. But right now, I have kind of naturally been waking up a little earlier.
What, like 10?
Yeah, but no, 9? It's 7. Between 7 and 10, yeah. I've been coming back, and sometimes I take a nap. Yeah. I went to yoga early.
The waking up early.
You know what I've been doing? This is what I love. Oh, this is a great... I'm glad we got to this. I feel so old, but I love diners so much, and I can't go to them anymore. Like, they're not open at night, like, and I'm not out late. I've been going to diners in the morning. Miller. Sun cascading in. Writing... service, iced
watery coffees,
iced coffees on the reg, little community, flat screen playing the news. Mute. Kello's captioning so I can grab a little news, feel the day, a little weather report, people coming in and out, okay? Little tunes, egg white omelet, toast, hang out. Been hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, dude. It's my favorite.
This is going to be wild, dude. If Hardy's now starting to be like, why don't we do 10 a.m. and I'm the one being like, let's do like noon.
Yeah, well, this because we want a clip too. I was like, let's do. It's still a little up in the air with me, you know. It's like it's kind of a little hit or miss when I'm gonna wake up, but yeah, man. There's a lot of crossover too, which is cool. Like I did this thing where I journaled as for bailing when I just shot I like journaled to get into the character, and that's like they love that. That's the type of stuff they're like, oh, they have all these exercises like that to get you into the fucking.
So you're gonna do a bestiality journal,
right? And like if I journal like that guy,
no one finds it.
That's
your brother and like. When you're like 90 and pass away, they're like, oh, we found Maxwell journals.
Like it was so funny when the guy was like saying it too. He's like, the teacher, he's like going through like what it is. And my partner is going, oh my God, I love this. And I'm like, are you listening to him? Like, are you like, what the fuck are you saying?
And so does this? Yeah,
we'll see. I have like a couple options.
Do bestiality or no?
No. You can choose a scene. Now the play is unbelievably funny, so like there's a lot of, and I have some other options. I have another one that's a famous play called Angels in America. It's about like a guy who's gay, but he's repressed. And then he has to come and like his wife questions him in this scene. It's great, you know. She burnt the dinner. And he comes home and he's not telling her, and she knows it, and all it's like, you know, this standoff. You're like, man, some of these, you know, and some of these other scenes that people do, that you're like, I'm like really impressed. I'm like, man, you guys are doing. This is interesting too because it's a lot of plays too, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a movie. I don't know that much about plays at all. I'm in there doing like, can we do the end of the Truman Show?
Is it one of these things, though, where if you can do a play, you can do a movie? Is that one of those types of things?
Yes. Well, the theater, I think, is like the stand-up for actors.
Right.
You get an audience, and you get immediate feedback, and it teaches you in the kind of moment how to have that dialogue.
Yeah. Dude, what if you become a play guy after this?
You're
like, screw movies.
Dude, you get like an you got like a run in some dope off-Broadway thing, right?
Yeah.
That would be fucking sick, dude. I don't know if I'd do a musical.
There's some comedians that do play, like Brett Rabel did a play.
He did, right?
Yeah,
there's a bunch of comedians.
He did a play with a bunch of comedians.
Isn't Casertano an actor and a couple of those other guys?
Probably, yeah.
That's what I thought. Someone brought him up.
Do you know Casertano at your class?
Yeah, it's like he was like, they were like, yeah, he was so fun. Because they were talking about, they went to a show at the Stand. I couldn't believe this girl said it, and she said it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? I was like,
there's a lot of comedy that's not good.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, you know.
Honest.
But then I started being like questioning her, and then she was like, well, there was this one guy who was really funny, and he like made a beat.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're like
okay,
Andrew
yeah, he's one of the funniest people on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
But I kept bringing you. I was like, yeah, maybe you know. I was struggling, dude, because I haven't been doing it as much.
Yeah.
I haven't been around as much. And I do know people, but like one girl was like questioning me. She was like, do you know this guy and this guy and this guy? I'm like, Christ, I think you know more people in stand-up than me.
Yeah. She knew names?
Yeah, she was like, all kinds of like, but you're not a seller comic. I was like, no.
That's the thing, dude.
I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's the only thing that matters. Anytime you meet someone and they go, oh, you do comedy, and the follow-up question, oh, do you do the comedies? They go, I went to a comedy show once at this play. I forget what it's called. And you go, the comedy. So she goes, yeah, do you do it there? And you're like, no.
And then it's over.
Hopefully, yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, cool. Where do you do it?" And you're
yeah.
like, "I do it like a bar." You know,
That's what I do it at a bar in my room. But yeah, dude. So that was great. Michigan won the national championship, which was
that's big, huh?
fucking awesome. That was a lot of fun.
Dude,
I wrote
this
some
acting class is gonna be good, man.
Oh, dude. So I have like exercises, I gotta do. They did one thing that was fucking cool. Like they played different, like ambient sound.
Yeah, like beta waves. That
and like I guess I shouldn't say ambient. Like when you go to sleep, you can play like different scenes, like waves, or jungle. Right. So they would do that, like, and you would have to like act like you were in those places.
Right.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Like
the waves, and you're like,
yeah. You'd have to act, or you have to act like you're at the beach.
You do your belt thing again. They're like, we saw the belt move.
We already saw the belt. But
this nose thing though, I'm thinking about getting
what you go and we didn't I'm glad we got to this point, but Miller's voice and his nose.
Well, I've had
your voice actually sounds fine.
It's fine, but there's something going on where it's getting better.
Yeah.
For over 2 weeks, I've had a deep throat. Only when I swallow.
Is it painful?
It's painful when I swallow.
Okay.
And it's deep. So I'm a hypochondriac. Yeah. I started going through all these scenarios. I'm like, what if I have like throat cancer? Mm-hmm. I went through this whole scenario and I'm like, so I'm going to be the guy that has the guy that has the hole in the throat. And he has to go, I'll have a coffee.
Yeah, the RFK.
Yeah, but RFK doesn't even have to do that. RFK is fine. I could live with RFK. But if I was the guy that the plug,
Yeah. That's tough.
I go, my whole life. I went through this whole thing. My job would be like, we're not going to fire you, but we're going to reallocate you to some other thing. We can't have you in front of clients. We can't have you in front of like a big client and be like, this is the guy that's going to be helping you. And I walk in, nice to meet you. You know what I mean?
You think they would?
I'd be in the basement of the building, dude. Like,
yeah, what do they call that? They did that to Napoleon.
Napoleon who? Like the Napoleon?
Yeah, they like send you to an island. They cast you out. Some word for like that.
Right. Like a leper.
Yeah.
And then, but I was like, stand up is the only thing that might benefit from it, because then I could do a bunch of like, I could be that guy.
Yeah.
So have you seen that comic that does the?
But it would still be probably pretty grating to listen to.
Right. I'd have
RFK, like, and he doesn't have that, but he can. It can be like after a minute.
I love RFK's voice. Dude.
Do you?
I love it. Takes a little bit.
Second. You're like,
it takes a second, but once you're in, you're like, I love this voice. I love it, dude.
Yeah, I love what he says.
So I've had this sore throat thing, and then a couple days ago I started having some like nasal stuff.
Yeah,
but that's kind of gone away. But I've been doing this. So my doctor, I've had a deviated septum and sleep apnea for a long time.
Yeah,
and the doctor, I was thinking about getting a nose job to open up the septums.
It's kind of funny how you said it. Is that still a nose job or nose surgery?
It's rhinoplasty. It's a surgery, but it's essentially a nose job. 5 years ago, they told me, they're like, we should do surgery because you can't breathe out of one side of your nose.
I have that.
But can you breathe? Like, try it.
It gets pulled in.
Right, but go like.
All right. It's really tight.
Now do the other one.
This one's fine.
See, there's one where I can't even. When I go like this, there's nothing. I can't even get. Yeah, I know, but you can get stuff in.
No, I'm telling you, I get almost nothing. Listen.
I can hear it. We can.
It's
all,
very
we
okay.
can
So
all
you're
hear
saying
it.
it was total zero?
Zero.
Because I got mine broken and shifted in half. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I had. The doctor was like, "Well, you could have surgery," and then this was 5 or 6 years ago, and she's like, "But while we're at it, we can, do some modifications to your nose." And I'm like, "You mean like a nose job?" She's like, "Yeah, we could shave stuff down if you want." I'm like, "I don't know if I want to be that guy."
She side pitched you.
Yeah, she side pitched me an additional. She goes, wow.
Was that insulting at all? Did you think, hey, did you?
I've never been. I don't think my nose is terrible, but I've never been like I have a beautiful nose.
Because that's like, yeah, it's like what do you? Yeah. Some people I like my big nose. Some people like big noses.
Some girls like big noses.
Yeah.
It's very manly. A big schnoz.
I think so.
So recently I had to have a sleep apnea device to jut my jaw forward while I was sleeping.
Yeah.
To open up my throat. And I was wearing it for like 5 years, and now I have an underbite because of it.
Oh.
So I went to this doctor. I was like, what do I do? He's like, well, we might do a nose job to open up that thing, and maybe it'll help you.
Another nose job.
These doctors keep pitching me nose jobs, and he's like, and while we're at it, while we're at it, we can also shave down that monstrosity that you have on your nose.
Yeah, while we're at it, we can give you boobs. He's like,
while we're at it, we can get rid of all these other extremities that you have.
Yeah, we can lengthen your penis. And you're like, why? You guys are so insistent.
While I was looking at your nose, I also caught that you kind of have a small penis. So we could also fix that. Same type of operation. You kill two birds.
There's something so funny about a doctor that's just like always kind of going over the line. Hey, look, we took a look. Yeah.
I know you came in for the nose, but have you thought about your left ear? It's a little lower than your right ear. Doc. Everyone in the waiting room just has bandages all over their body.
Guys, like, yeah, listen, you kind of have you have sort of a kind of a gross, weird, your nutsack.
Yeah.
It's like, you looked at my nutsack?
It's just, when did you catch me? He goes, don't worry about it. It's besides the point. You're filling out the forms. You come in for nose issues. You're filling out the forms. It goes, scale of 1 to 5. How do you feel about your nutsack?
You got to do. I would love to see you as this guy. Just a tall lab coat, and you're always concerned with something that really shouldn't have anything to do with what's going on.
Yeah.
You kind of have weird, like, you have, something's weird, like you have ugly nipples.
Yeah. He's like, you take off your shirt, and you're like, I'm here for my nose. I know you came in for your nose, but is there anything else bothering you? Anything at all?
Why is that so funny? I don't know why.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's really funny. So they go in and they pitch you on another nose job.
Pitches me on this nose job, and he goes, to be honest with you, though, he goes, there's no guarantees that this will help with anything. He goes,
they did not say that.
He's very practical. He's like, I don't know if you're going to feel better, like if like you'll be able to smell better.
Yeah.
Or like breathe better, but you might not like feel better, right?
Oh, because he's tying it to like
rest, sleep,
right?
Breathe. Everyone's talking about breathing through your nose these days. You know what I mean?
It is actually it is very important.
So like
yoga taught me that though, so I'm in the clear.
So he's like, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna do this trial.
Yeah.
You're going to wear nose strips to open up your nostrils. You're going to take some Afrin spray. Mm-hmm. Let me know if you feel better, because this simulates more or less what the post-nose job will be.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I've been throwing these.
That makes sense.
I've been throwing these nose strips on, and I love that too. When a doctor says that, because it means that he's not. Yes, we're doing a nose. You got to get the nose job. I don't.
He's
know
not
what
reckless.
Right. He's not reckless. It's like just try it out.
Yeah, that's actually right. Please do, especially to put someone under the knife.
Yeah.
Or like people do this with they prescribe shit to people, like fucking crazy people.
Yeah.
These doctors. Oh, all right. Well, let's just give you some Adderall. You're like, dude, I told you like I'm fucking
Have you thought about
gassy.
have you thought about breathing through your nose first? Oh, you're anxious?
Yeah, that's actually like the least Western. That's like Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
He gave you the towel. He gave you what I. That's probably what I would have probably tried to say to you.
I come in for my nose. He goes, "Have you been to therapy?"
That's what I'm saying. Have you eaten vegetables lately? Well, yeah.
What's your diet like?
But it's work because.
Bro, I've been throwing on these nose strips. I'll give you one after the pod. We'll edit with the nose strips. These things.
Yeah.
You hear that?
It's like really congested.
It's an engine, dude. Yeah, it's congested.
But it's going. It's yeah.
This is me congested with a nose strip on is better than me feeling 100% no nose strip.
Right. And dude, I put those things on before, and I remember because football, other stuff. I was like, yo, these are incredible.
It's like crack, dude. I feel.
And have you ever seen the thing where they tell you to put one on your mouth?
Yeah, the mouth.
So you don't go
the hostage tape.
Yeah, so you don't breathe through your. Maybe do one of those.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna. I don't want to like pass. Like I don't want to die in my. Can you imagine like dying in your sleep because you also can't breathe through your nose? You're like. Tried on some hostage tape.
You just tape your mouth shut.
I haven't heard from Tobin in like a week. They come in. I'm sleeping with hostage tape, and I just passed away.
Yeah, you should. That could work out though to do a little so that it stays through the nose, and then if you want, maybe you can shave a little off. You know, dude, I don't know if you're interested.
I've been not really interested in the nose job to like open up the deviated septum.
Yeah,
I've had it for like 5-6 years. I've always been like, I don't want, who cares? After this nose strip, I'm probably like 95% sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get this rhinoplasty.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Because it's also like, because what they do, I'll tell them to straighten it.
Yeah.
I go at least.
Yeah, get into.
Like, we don't need to do any shaving here.
No, get into a little bit of the optics, though.
Yeah, a little bit of symmetry on the face.
Yes, throw it out. Go, hey, look, if you're going to go over there, you might as well touch. Make sure the symmetry.
I'm not doing a Michael Jackson. We're not pulling out any sanding. That we're not sanding it down at all.
That's right.
But while you're at it, if you get inspired by anything, you have full creative control. If you find yourself while I'm down, if you find yourself inspired at all to make any modifications.
Yeah. Here, hand me the consent form. You've got I hand over creative control. If you want to touch.
I'm going to bring 3 buddies to the surgery with me.
Yeah.
They vote on. If you have any ideas during it, they vote.
Yeah.
Just do what they vote.
Yeah.
It's like Hugh Bramante and like. Yeah.
Okay.
Take a little off the tip.
Yeah, take a little off. Yeah, that looks good.
But the thing, my only thing that I'm like, nah, I hate surgery.
Yeah, I don't really like it either. I don't love.
I had a bunch when I was a kid, and I just fucking hate it, dude.
Yeah. Now the nose is probably the least invasive kind of.
Yeah, but the thing I hate.
Yeah.
The night before, you can't eat. So you're already in surgery.
The night before you can't eat.
Like the day before, you're already if I scheduled a surgery for March 26th or whatever, I'd be thinking about it today for the next month and a half.
Yeah, it sort of ruins 48 hour, and then the after.
Going in and being in the waiting room on an empty stomach, and them like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna like put the IV in now an hour ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because the anesthesiologist needs to set you up, and now I'm sitting in a waiting room with an IV, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna do it, and then I'm lying down, and they're like, all right, count down from 10. I'm like, oh fuck, 10, 9.
They're gonna knock you out though, right?
Yeah, they would knock me out, but the lead up to the knockout, I don't like.
That is because it's all the anxiety of it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't care when I'm under. I could give a shit.
That's right. They could put your nutsack on your nose.
I don't care if someone puts a dick in my mouth. I'm not there.
It's the lead up that it really is. It's the lead up, and you better really. You know what it is though. You gotta want it. That's why it's really important because it's a lot of work to go in, and then you come out and you go, I look like the same idiot.
It's not, but that's it. That's what it's about.
But that's what I'm saying. If you get the flow and you feel amazing, I might do that. If you come back and tell me that this is game changer, I'm gonna look at
I've talked with a couple people that have had these nose jobs.
Yeah.
They go, I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. They honestly say that. They go, they'll even do the breathing thing to me. They'll go, listen to this. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner.
It works. Like someone that does yoga or starts eating healthy. It's just true. They're like, you see people after that and they're like, dude, look, I don't know what to tell you. I can move better.
Right. You can lead a horse to water.
Yeah. You're going to have to. There's only so much I can do for you.
Yeah.
Listen to you right now. You sound
You go listen to this.
blocked.
Both not.
You're like doing that thing to them.
No variation between nostrils.
You're like, it sounds. Your buddy's there.
I can imagine, though, after the surgery for a long time, I might be a little protective of my nose.
Oh, no.
Like,
that would be the best. I would love that.
Don't go near my nose.
Yeah, well, I think it might be delicate.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You don't want to get, right, you don't want to break.
Apparently, what happened when you break your nose, and it's probably happened.
I know it because I got punched in the face.
So you've got two, it's like the two sides of the nose, right? And what happens is that when you break it, one goes like this.
Oh.
Right? So one's closed. So what they do is they open this up.
Oh, so it closed on it.
It closed on it. It's collapsed on it a little bit. So what they do is they bring in a little pop it out.
Right.
And then realign it.
I really do need. I'm telling you right now. Like this is something I have a deviated septum. Know that factually from a doctor.
Apparently, here's the other thing that happened after the surgery for like a week.
Yeah.
You have to fall asleep sitting up.
No, see. Now this is the first thing you've brought up that I truly am out on. No, I refuse.
Because you can't. If you fall asleep, it might all the blood might like
really?
It might come through your nostril and you like choke or something like that.
Who are you, Hannibal Lecter? You can't falling asleep.
Yeah,
sitting
so I would
up.
have to sleep on this couch like this.
No way.
For like a week.
Can you do that? I don't know that I've ever done that.
I don't know if I've ever fallen asleep sitting up.
Oh, on a train maybe I've probably. But can I go? It's so fucked up, dude. I'm going to be exhausted.
Yeah, the doctor being like, and none of this, when I'm saying straight up, none of this nonsense. He's even doing act outs. No good.
Yeah,
no
none
good.
of this. Get yourself an airplane pillow.
Yeah.
A headrest. You're going to... Dude, that's the worst part. How long does that last?
But listen, here...
No way you do that. I bet you're falling asleep laying down fast. Dude.
Here's the issue.
Here's the issue.
I'm a math guy, right? You have to measure the cost of that week.
Yeah.
Versus the benefit.
Right.
Of, you don't know how long you're going to live, but... like if I died right after,
that would be a fucking shame.
That would suck.
That would suck. Like if you've got into that first hour of fresh, clean.
I just get dominated by a bus.
They're like reading your obituary on the news, and they're like, yeah, he died, and it's a shame because he had just completed the nose job recovery.
Yeah. He was going on a run to try out these new nostrils.
This man had just finished up a rhinoplasty that had taken him 4 to 6 months.
He died doing what he hated. All right, we good?
Yeah.
110.
Almost. Boom.